Hello, me again. Right, couple of questions for you. Now I can hear myself, so you should be able to hear me. So I want some big thumbs up. Now I can't see you. All that you can do is see me. So thumbs up in the comments, and then you can hear me. Dead easy. If you can't hear me, then this means nothing, and your comments can't say couldn't hear you. Second thing, camera angles of the tank. Which do you prefer? Do you prefer the half cut live or the mobile tank? Now it's looking at exactly the same thing. I've got a bad echo. Yeah, I'm winging it. I'm trying to do all of this and then manage a media strategy. Now a lot of people do the media bit before the fish tank, and they're all wankers that put fish in glasses and make them look pretty. Now I'm doing this the opposite way around. I'm the fish guy that lets the people get a marine tank, that then watch the... I'm not allowed... Am I allowed to call them wankers? Yeah, never know. So let's do it upside down, back to front. I'll learn as I go. Live marine tank. Getting people into this hobby should be a quite easy process, but there's a lot of influencers out there that just bear with. I might be able to do that. Just bear with. Oh, that should be better. Oh, look at that. See, sorted it straight away. So there's two ways of looking at this. I'm either a fish tank guy or a media personality. Now, the two shouldn't, in theory, go together, because there's a lot of people on the internet that influence the trade and influence how people do marine fish tanks. I'm the guy that's gonna, I'll show you in a couple of weeks' time. My first fish tank was a tropical conversion that I suddenly realized wasn't going to do the job. And then I bought that as a 3-foot proper tank, and that then changed everything. That 3-foot proper tank had a the 20, I think about 25 quid, 30 quid off the internet. It says on the adverts full spectrum light, and you go 20, 30 quid, that's the light for me. So the brand new Radion Gen 6 at 8,500 quid, or there's the me of the world, which bought a full spectrum light at, I'm going to say 25 quid off of eBay. Now there's a lot of scope between that scope and that scope. So this is where we're at. And you've gone. That's right. Thanks for watching. So what I'm going to do at the minute is, because obviously with a brand new fish tank, you can't leave it alone. So I need to test it, which is this one and that one. So this is the one that I didn't do last night. So let's just put a little water in there. So I've got 10 ml of water, and let's do 1, 2, 3, 4 drops. Now these are dead easy kits because they come idiot proof and they've got pictures. Now if I could have sorted it out being an idiot, then it can't be that hard. The internet side of it is quite hard. Just as ever, I'm prepared. So I've got my little blue thing. Oh, geez. Now that's reading this one. So this is 3, this is 1, this is 0.5. If you're on this side of the card, you need to write on there, you're doing it all wrong. if you're on this side of the card, then that's the get out clause. This is good. This is bad. So that's reading all the way up there, which is not good. Now, as I said, it's used rock that I've put in there. So potentially that is what you get with the territory. Let's put a mill of water in this one. Now, as I said, the other day, I was all prepared, but then somebody turned the microphone off on one of my cameras. And that was the microphone that you lot can hear. Who would have done that? That's stupid, that, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Stick that back in there. And then let's have a look. This one. Level scoop. And then why's that in there? Now you've got to tell me what 3 minutes is. So let's say 9.5. So let's stick that on there. Put that back in there, and that back in there, put that back in there. Oh, look at that. Prepared. So like everybody in this hobby, nobody's got the patience for it. So I'm not going to have the patience for it a little bit. So I've been out today and I've got myself 1 snail and 1 crab. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put that, let's get rid of that. I'm not going to do any quarantining. I'm not going to do anything magical. I'm just going to put that in there. Now, you need a refractor if you're going to do salt. So there's plenty of people on the internet that will show you how to do refractors. I'm not that guy. So what I'm going to do is stick some salt on there. Read it. And that says 1.027. Lovely. Good fish shop. So none of this water will go in the fish tank. I'm just going to take the little thingy, what's it out. Oh, look at that. And it's a little crabby thing. Yeah. Have you not found me on the internet? If you've not found halfcookcorals.co.uk, you've obviously not looked. You just stumbled across me. Right, so let's bang that in. Oh, nice. And then get rid of that. And it's all cheap. Because why not? You might as well do it all at the same time. Right, stick that in there. And then get a different thing. Why is that on there? Oh. And then we're going to test the salt on that. Now, the reason I'm testing the salt is because if that salt and that salt are totally different, then it's going to be a lot of a shock. Now, if it's like reasonably the same, let's just read that again. 1.028. Okay. Now you're going to turn around and say, well, you should have tested that tank. Aha. That's where you're the internet and telling me how to do it. So let's test that one. Now, when I first put the salt in, it was perfect. So 1.025. So 2527. I'm happy with those margins. If we'd have gone like 30 or down to, because some fish shops do like 20s for like fish and stuff like that, then I'd have gone through more of a procedure. And we'll get to that, don't worry about it. Right, so I've got a little, this, like, oh, look at that. Can you see that? The smallest little crab that I could get. Because if you're going to get crabs, you don't want a big dose. Oh, there you go. So we've now got a crab and a snail. Let's get rid of that. And I'm glad you asked. Where do you get your corals from? You go on the www and you go to halfcutcorals.co.uk and you find some cheap stuff. Ooh. So we're doing a collection address that if loads of people want to collect, it'll build up. The collection address is a little bit more expensive because it will then build up a little bit of cash. And if that lot of cash gets to the point where we open a shop, then we open a shop. If it's all online, then I'm happy because then I don't have to stand in a shop all day. But if I did have a shop, there'd be no guppies. So, because there's like loads of new shops that I really want to go and have a look at. Because it was weird when I was in my shop today. We're all playing poker. Yeah, we are. But I've got roulette. What part? You're a cards man. So I'm a roulette guy and a craps man. Now, whether we get on or not, don't be coming down me. Halfcutcorals.co.uk. Now I know my water is my water, but I'm still not going to put that water in that fish tank, because if you actually know me, I did one. Ooh, come to yours. Have you got a shop? I'll come to your shop. You're paying for transport, overnight accommodation, beer. That's the big expense. So I took a coral from there, and I'm not going to put the water in there, because when I first set up that side, basically I had a problem and I took a scoop of water and I thought, oh, is this an actual problem? And I put a little bit of water in another frag system, and then I put a little bit of water in that frag system, and you know what happened? I fucked up 3 systems, and that was a year ago. This one has been running 4 years, and then I decided that was going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So we've now got, if you've watched, I don't know whether you've watched that one, which is I'm going to say 5.5 foot, and then last year I set another 4 systems up, and then this year it's this system. So we're getting bigger and bigger and bigger, cheaper. If you want to do wholesale prices, I can do wholesale prices. But anyway, don't get right. We're just trying to get people into the hobby. Long lash, green star polyp. Nice and doofer. Yeah. Now, dead on arrival, I'm going to say that looks dead, because I know nothing about corals and there's no greeny bits. So if you take one of these pots and you put it under a bit of light, don't open it, just leave it under a bit of light and give it 20 minutes. All the green polyps, half an hour, something like that, all the green polyps will start coming out. Proof of life. As long as you tell me within the first hour that it's dead, and you can prove a picture that it's dead, and if you send me a picture that looks like that and go, oh, it's dead, I'm going to tell you to jog on. We're doing a deal on this particular coral tonight. So I'm going to finish this live stream. I don't think it's going to go more than 20 minutes-ish, something like that. And then I'm going to go and have a beer, and I'm going to watch the boxing tonight. So if you're into boxing, Deontay Wilder and Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora's last fight, can he knock him out? I don't think so. From when let's say 7 o'clock-ish, 7:30, something like that, there's gonna be, let me get to it, Jason, on it. There's gonna be a voucher code. The voucher code is boxing, all capitals. And if you go on to my website before either Derek Chisora or Deontay Wilder knocks each other out, then you're going to get a discount. I'm not going to tell you what the discount is. You need to go to the website and find it out for yourself. No. But just because it's me I'm going to start the promo, and I'm probably going to leave it until like 10 o'clock in the morning, because there's not a lot of people that are going to watch this. But if I'm sober enough and one of them gets knocked out, done. And I'll go on the website and I'll cancel the promotion. So stay tuned, get in there. So I'm not going to take it up to temperature because it's been in this one that you can't see because I'm reaching over there. I'm happy that my water are fine. So I'm not going to go through all of the rigmarole of what you should do with this just yet. I'm going to take it out of here. I'm going to plonk it in there. Oh. So you can see, obviously, by this rockscape that a lot of people put rocks in fish tanks and don't think about it. Now, this is going quiet. I can hear that I'm quiet. If I was to do this rock properly, for me, I would have drilled some holes in it. 10mm masonry drill bit would have put a hole just there. It would put a hole just there. It would probably put a hole just there. But you know what? It hasn't. So, Green Star pollock, I'm going to just put it, just wedge it in there. It don't want to wedge in there. Wedge it in there. Oh, there you go. See? Now that is definitely going to fall out. But I've only got a little crab. You see, look. So hopefully that little crab is not strong enough to knock that out. And we'll see what happens with that. Right, where am I going to put that? Am I going to throw it in the bin? No, I'm not going to put it in the bin. I'm going to recycle it. And I'm going to use it again. And just because you're here now and watching this, I'm going to put a number on this pot. And this number is going to be, I don't know, say 477. Let's put a 5 in front of that. So 5477. If you're watching, let's say 2-3 weeks, I'll tell you that number and you'll get one of them for free if you order. I'll just bang it in. Done. So what else am I going to do tonight? Tested my water, tested my salt. Oh yeah, the phosphate was buggered, wasn't it? So what am I going to do to that? Aha. See, I'd already prepared this for the first live stream. But I didn't get this far because everything went tits up. Oh. So I'm going to go and get some of this. Oh, there you go. Roll of Phos. I'm going to go to KFC and I'm going to get a meal with a dip. I'm going to get a brand new thing and I'm going to take one decent scoop. Let's see decent scoop. Look at that decent scoop. I'm not going to weigh it. I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to bang that in there, tie a little knot in the top, just very loose. Ooh, let's have a look. We're still working on this, guys, don't worry about it. They're very loose, and then I'm going to dunk it like a tea bag. And look at the state of that. Look. And then with that, that'll do something like that. Now I've not got a picture of the sump because we're working with cameras that we've actually played ball tonight, so they've stayed on. I'm just going to bang it in the return chamber. So where the pump is going back up to the tank, that's where I'm going to put it. So if I wanted it to be more aggressive, I would put it in the so I'm talking return twice, aren't I? We'll go through that anyway. So yeah, that's it. If you missed me, probably this week I'm going to be anytime between 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock. And then I'm going to do a little bit. I wasn't expecting 20 minutes tonight, but it's all going to be live. Everything that I do with this fish tank is going to be live. You either watch it or you don't. But there's far too many people that are just. You could have had a fish swimming in that, but we haven't. So anyway, tatty buys. If you have a look on my Facebook page, there's a telephone number. Drop me a text. I'm easy to find. Don't worry about it. Right. Thank you very much, people. See you later.